What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 12 of my Eastside Hockey Manager Early Access Let's Play here with the Maple Leafs. And today, we're going to be playing our first elimination game of the playoffs. Now, I asked you guys last episode how I should cover the playoffs. A lot of you said, well, you should only really live com the elimination games, the games that really matter. So that's what we're going to do here. A few people wanted to have a look at the Red Wings roster just before we get into this game. I'm not going to go through their entire team in too much detail, but just so you guys can see who their better players are. As you can see here, they've actually not got their two best players in terms of if you look at how much they're being paid, and that is Zetterberg here, who's out injured, their left winger. So that's a big miss for them. And they've also got, I guess Datsuk, who's also out, the Russian. Two very, very key players for them, both out for long periods of time, so they're not going to be back for the remainder of this series. So that's kind of played into our hands very, very nicely. Players who they have got playing, players like Jimmy Howard here, who's a pretty good, solid goaltender. I thought he'd be harder to beat than it's kind of ended up being. You can also see here Cronwall doing well for them. They've got some very, very strong players, basically. But of course the Red Wings did only scrape into the playoffs by the skin of their teeth. So they've had a little bit of luck perhaps. And that's something that we've looked to capitalise on. So looking at these games, I'm going to have some highlights that appear on screen for you here. The first one's quite long, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get all the highlights into the game, but it was a 6-5 overtime win against the Red Wings. Looking at it here, they actually went 3 goals ahead. And I was worried. I was sat there thinking, oh gosh, Red Wings, they're 3-0 up. You know, we're early in the second, we're 3-0 down. We need to change something. And I kind of had a little bit of a fiddle. Didn't change too much really. And we kind of proved that we deserved to be in the playoffs. We put up an amazing comeback. And by the end of the second, we were actually 4-3 up, which was just crazy. Of course, it's also worth noting that the Red Wings in real life, I believe they have qualified for the last 23 playoffs. So they're an experienced team at this kind of stage in the competition. But a great performance by Kessel here. He got a goal and an assist. Van Riemsdyk continuing as he has done before. He got 2 goals for us. And in fact, Kessel did get 2 assists. So those two guys really contributed well. Bozak and Fane also getting on the goal scoring sheet. And Robbie Das getting us a kind of odd goal by his standards, the defenseman, as he got the kind of 5th goal for us in regulation time to make it 5-4 as it was at the time. So yeah, it was a good performance, a great comeback. I was mightily relieved. As you can see, looking at the stats for this game, I'm going to get them on screen here. It was a good performance. We dominated the game. We actually had 99 shots to their 28. So I would have felt pretty hard done by if we'd lost this game. You can see we took 3 of 9 power plays we had. We killed the 1 penalty that we gave away, which was really impressive. Only to really give away 1 penalty. We won more board plays. We won more face-offs. We had a better pass completion. All in all, we were by far and away the better team, even if the score didn't really reflect that. Anyway, the next game was a lot more convincing. We won 5-0 against the Red Wings. This time Kessel again getting on the score sheet, and Van Riemsdyk, they're continuing their goal scoring form. Just a really convincing performance, this one. All the goals coming in the second and third periods, however. Initially it was a little bit nervy, it was a little bit edgy, but we did well. We won the battle kind of the puck. We seemed to be in control of the game throughout. The fact that they didn't score perhaps hinges somewhat on the fact that they're without their best goal-scoring talents and their best defensive players. But we've taken the most of that, and we really have made the most of that by, I guess in this case, just scoring as many goals as we have. 5 goals it was. The stats for this game were 33 shots to 23, but we did have 25 shots blocked by Detroit of our own. We had 7 power plays and didn't take 1 in this game. And we only gave away, again, just a singular penalty. And other than that, it was a pretty tight game. We won a few more ball plays, a few more face-offs, and the pass completion was actually better for the Red Wings, but we were just playing very direct, kind of offensive hockey, and it really worked for us in this game. And the last game that I had was another win, another convincing win against the Red Wings. This time, another 5-goal deficit, but it was 6-1. Really, really impressive performance these last 2 games. To essentially go 11-1 against the Red Wings across 2 games was an impressive performance. This, of course, was away from home, which made things tricky. It was the first game that the Red Wings were playing at home in this kind of playoff series, best of 7, and I was somewhat worried that perhaps they'd use that to their advantage and really capitalise on it. But in this game, it was a good performance. That only goal came during a power play, which was a little bit disappointing to give away a power play, but nevertheless, a good performance. Good to see a variety of goal scorers as well involved. Sill, Horton, Komarov, Bozak, Fowler and Kessel all getting on the score sheet. And also good to see Nylander on the assists, because of course the youngster is kind of starting to play a more kind of prolific part, I guess, in our kind of first few lines, and to get a good performance here was good. The stats of this game were equally as convincing as the last. To be fair, Detroit did have quite a lot of shots, but we did quite well in terms of dealing with them. We could only take 1 of 4 power plays. They had a lot more penalty, well, we had a lot more penalty minutes. They had a lot more power plays to make use of. They only converted 1 of 8, so that worked in our favour. They had better pass completion, but again, we did win slightly more face-offs and slightly more board plays. And other than that, it was a tight game, but the kind of sheer clinicalness, I guess, of our team really was the kind of hinging factor in this game. So anyway, that's a little bit about what happened earlier in this series, just to give you guys an idea of exactly what's been going on. I'm not sure how well this highlight thing's all going to come together, but if you want to let me know what you make of it, probably something that I'll do for the rest of the playoff series, assuming there's going to be more, because of course we do go into today's live com just needing 1 win from the remaining 4 games of the series. The plan is to live com as long as I need to, so we are going to be sticking with key highlights throughout this. I already have my squad and my lines all set up, so we're just going to submit the squad and the roster, get straight into this. We have everything set up as we want it. 1 win here would see us go through and advance, and oh dear, Bernier injured. Oh dear. Well, Reimer son, you're now playing in goal for us. That's not good. That's not good. Well, people have been complaining about Reimer not playing, so I guess this is his moment to shine, isn't it? Right, let's do this. Right, there we go. Reimer. Oh, what is this? Bernier, backup goalkeeper. I can't set. Wow, have we found a bug? I think we might have done. Oh no, that seems to have worked. I don't know what happened. Well, who's in goal for us? It is Reimer in goal. So Bernier has gone off. That was very bizarre. Anyway, we're on the attack. We've got possession of the puck, and, well, Panic has scored for us there. There is no panic. It's 1-0. We're only 8 minutes into this first period. There is a power play here, however, in Detroit's favour, so they're going to be looking to make the most of this, although we will dispossess them and get a goal while short-handed. Bozak getting the goal there. Really, really impressive. And we go 2 goals ahead here, although Detroit with a chance. There's going to be a face-off in our zone. We are still on the penalty kill. Looks like they're overloading the centre here, so they're going to be looking to win the face-off, and they do, and the rebound comes out, and that was Manford getting a goal for the Red Wings. He's got a few during this series for them. I believe he got the 1 goal last game as we won 6-1, so he's done pretty well for them, but he's been their lone goal-scoring threat. In a lot of the coach reports, my coach and my scouts were very much suggesting about the Red Wings that they had a really good defence and a really good goaltender, but offensively they were a little bit kind of lacking with all the injuries that they've had. So that's definitely seemed to be a trend of sorts here. They've not scored that many goals except in the first game against us, and we're on the attack here, and Van Riemsdyk, JVR, getting a goal for us, makes it 3-1. And the Red Wings, well, they're being taken apart here. We are, of course, away against them today, as we were in our previous game. They're on the attack here. They could make this a closer game, and they do. It's now just a 1-goal game. The Red Wings getting their second of the game, making it 3-2. And it's not as convincing as I'd like. It's not as comfortable as I'd like. But at the end of the second, it is still 3-2. Looking at the stats here, really, really close game. Both teams having pretty much the exact same amount of shots on goal. They've given away the ball a little bit more, but they have had more takeaways. I assume that is the takeaways term, rather than they just sat on the sideline and on the ice eating Chinese food. Looking at it, we've actually won a few more face-offs and a few more board plays, so that's kind of swinging in our favour. But in terms of what's been going on the ice in terms of shots, It's pretty darn close, but we still do edge it, of course. Anyway, Detroit on a power play here. They're going to be looking to make the most of their man advantage, and whilst they are 1-up, they will make it all square here. Who was that? Who was in the penalty box first? I'm not sure. Anyway, we're on the attack here. We've got our own power play here, and we will make the most of it. Kadri getting the goal. Been a key player for us of late. Of course, had that injury towards the end of the season, but during the regulation season, Kadri went for a really good period for us, the youngish Canadian. And that's a good save there by Reimer, of course. We're now without Bernier. Hopefully that injury isn't going to be a long-term one, or we're going to be looking towards our second-choice goalkeeper to really keep us in the games. And wow, okay, that is an incredible goal there by Eriksson for the Red Wings, winning that face-off. And he just slams that home. Lots of traffic in front of the goaltender, so he couldn't really see it coming in. But it finds the back of the net. And now it's 4-4, and now it gets nervy. Of course, this wouldn't be the end of the world if we were to lose this. Or, well, I'd rather we didn't lose this, as Weiss will score to make it 5-4. And suddenly, we need to go on the attack. We need to go on the attack suddenly. Let's go with... I'm going to go with just 2 on our forward usage for this end of game thing. Confirm. 60-minute shifts. More offensive. Right. We're throwing men forward. We've got to throw men forward. We need a goal in the last 1 minute and 39 seconds here. The Leafs behind 5-4. They were on the attack here. And the pass doesn't quite make it. We have still got possession of the puck, though. Oh, it's an incredible save. Can we keep the attack going? Can we keep the move alive? No, we can't. Offside given there. And there will now be a face-off in the middle zone. Can we get it? Bozak to try and win the face-off. He can't win it. And, well, the Red Wings are going to be very content now just to dump the puck for the last 40 seconds. We've got to make the most of our possession, make the most of our attack, and really, you know, not give away the puck unnecessarily, because we might only have 1 more possession to make something happen, if that. 30 seconds on the clock. We are still 5-4 down. And that's a good save there by Reimer. Now, can we break away? We can't. And now Kadri in the penalty box. That is not good. That is not good at all. We are down a man. Red Wings on a power play. I think this is game over, really, boys. 10 seconds left. It's not going to happen. We are short-handed. And unfortunately for us, the Red Wings are going to pull this series back to 3-1. So we are going to be going into the next game, again knowing that 1 win would be enough. But after that tight game, that is somewhat disappointing. Let's have a look at that game. Just a real quick glance at the stats and stuff. So we will be going back to the Toronto... what do you call it? The Toronto kind of home stadium. Is it the Toronto Arena, I want to say? I don't want to get it wrong. But we're going to be going back there. Another high-scoring game. At least we got 4 goals. But at that time, the Red Wings really showed that they do have some offensive talent. We did give away a few too many penalties for my liking, however. So we've got to get through all these messages. Of course, keeping an eye on all the players in the NHL by scouting them. Also scouting a variety of players going into the entry draft in June. Planning ahead. Looking at the scout report here, you can see they're a reasonable team and we should make sure our team's ready for them. Defensively, they're very strong. Offensively, they lack size and don't have many goal-scoring options. Basically what I said a second ago. So, we're going to go into today's game. Bernier is out. How long are you out for? 3 months. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. That hurts. That hurts to see. Right. I think we have a defensive man. Not a defensive man, a goaltender who we can call up, though. I think it's going to be Gibson. Gibson or Sparks. Sparks, 3rd string. Gibson... backup. Right, Gibson, you're coming into the kind of Maple Leafs. You're going to be playing for a son. Congrats. Not a bad time for you to come in as 2nd string goaltender. No pressure. No pressure at all, but well, the youngster's going to have to step things up. Hopefully Reimer doesn't get injured. That would be unlucky. In terms of our lineups, I'm pretty happy with them. I am going to make a few little changes, I think. Yeah, I am. Going to move Panic down and we're gonna move. I'm gonna move Horton down as well. I'm really kind of thrusting Nylander into the first string. I'm going to finish that sentence, otherwise that would mean something completely different, but really giving him a lot of game time. I want him to develop. You can see here he's got 11 goals and 21 assists in 57 games, which isn't too bad for a second lineman, really, because he's only played about 2/3 of the games this year, and he's stepped up and he has improved as well as a player, so we're going to continue to put faith in him. Maybe he can come big for us here. I didn't mention before, but David Booth is out injured for us. He is on our injury reserve list. But yeah, that's the team we are going to go with. We do have to give 2 players numbers, so we're going to do that too. We've dropped Polak for Eriksson. I'm not sure why we've done that, but I'm going to trust my assistant's judgment over my own. So yeah, we are here at the Air Canada Centre in Toronto. I'm hoping that we can do something here as we are on the attack, and there we go. Nylander repays the favour. He repays my faith in him. Gets the goal. That is a relief. Now can we keep things going? We're on the attack again. Go on, Nylander. Oh, the keeper with the save. But he's having an impact out on the right for us, the youngster. So we are 1 goal up here. We're 3-1 up in the series, but that last game is a little bit of a dent in confidence, although Fowler does not lack confidence. The defenseman just hammers it in. Nice shot there, straight from the face-off, doing what he needs to do there, just launching a powerful shot from range. No deflection on it needed that time, although if we're going to give away possession of the puck there, we're just asking for trouble. Nyquist grabbing a goal for the Red Wings to pull them within 1. And that's just really disappointing by us there. Really, really disappointing. But we are still 2-1 up here. 15 minutes left in the second. Looking at the stats, we're probably in control. It's a very close game. There's not actually been too many shots in this one, somewhat surprisingly, because that's kind of a trend of our games. And, well, Mantha's grabbed another one for them. I kind of feel like he's our kryptonite at the moment, Mantha. He seems to be getting goals left, right and centre and in every game. 2-2 here though. We are on the attack. We do have possession of the puck. It's come out, and have we missed that? Who was that who missed that? Fratin. I'm not forgetting who. That's the disadvantage of playing your third line and then getting an opportunity like that. Fortunately, we do still have possession of the puck, and I'll tell you what, Fratin has shut me up. He's got a goal. He scored. He makes it 3-2, and going into the third, we still have that goal advantage, but this is very much deja vu. We are holding on to a slender lead, and I'm hoping, unlike the last game, we can hold on this game. We have just had a 4-minute power play in which we did absolutely nothing, and now 2 minutes left on the clock. Not long left to hold on. Possession of the puck is ours, and, well, they've sent their goaltender out. They are desperately chasing the game, and JVR scores 4-2 now against the Red Wings. You've got to think that's going to be game over. I cannot see how they're going to come back from this. It would be some kind of crazy feat if they were to do it. We're on the attack again. We're switching our lines. Left, right and centre. We're now playing our second line here. They've got a face-off. It's in their zone. Hopefully we can do something here. In fact, I'd rather we didn't do something. Just keep possession of the puck. Kill the clock. Let's not mess around here. Their keeper desperately trying just to keep the puck flowing, trying to keep the play flowing, trying to, you know, make use of as much time as he can. But with 40 seconds left, we are 4-2 up. We are looking really, really impressive here in this series as a whole. Perhaps not so much in these last 2 games. Certainly the injury to Bernier is a bit of a concern, but Reimer here has done a fairly decent job for us. You can see they had 23 shots in the end and only 1 block made by us. So he's had a decent amount to deal with. Looking at the ball plays, we've won slightly more face-offs won, more penalty kills done. In fact, no, not more penalty plays done, and more face-offs missed. So that's maybe something to look at, but that is going to be game over. Good performance in the end. I was worried when Mantha drew it back to 2-2 around halfway into the game that it was going to be another kind of close affair. But in the end, Van Riemsdyk getting that goal into the empty net, and we get a good win there. So the Maple Leafs have been tipped for Stanley Cup glory. We now go into the semi-final of the playoffs. It's a good 4-2 win. I'm not sure who we're gonna have. I'm gonna boast that we intend to finish as winners. I'm gonna tell the press we are gonna win this. I've got complete faith in my boys. Can we see who we're going to have in our next game yet? We'll keep going forward to find out, hopefully. But we've done it. We have done it. I'm worried that we're going to have to go forward a fair bit here. I'm almost tempted to leave you with the cliffhanger of kind of, oh, who will we play? Who will we come up against in the next game, you know? Bit of excitement. Game 6 going on here between the Kings and the Wild. I guess this is the one game we're kind of left looking at. The Kings are leading 3-2, so a win for them here would be enough to see them go through to the semi-finals of the conference kind of playoffs. Thank you as well to the guys who left comments last episode telling me exactly how the kind of playoff system worked. It was appreciated. I kind of had a general understanding, but you guys really kind of clarified it further. Right, let's take a look at the NHL playoff system. So we won the series 4-1. Boston beat the Canadiens 4-1. Lightning beat the Rangers 4-1. Capitals won 4-1. And in the Western Conference, Kings won 4-2. Stars won 4-2. Blues won 4-2. Ducks won 4-1. In fact, they all won 4-1. 4-1 was apparently the magic scoreline then in that playoffs. I'm hoping we're going to get the draw in just a second here, so I can tell you who we're going to be playing, because I'm pretty sure it's actually predetermined and I could work it out, but that's far too much effort. I just want to see it appear in my little schedule, you know, telling me who I'm going to play, dramatic cup draw style. But it was a good win against the Red Wings. I mean, we finished top of our division, which was really nice. Oh, and just a little thing, you may have seen there, I don't know if it shows actually, but I have autosaves on. If you don't have autosaves on, please do it right now. I don't want people losing their saves. You just hit save compress, save safely, autosave every week, rolling saves. Do it. You'll never lose your saves again. I know a few people in Football Manager who have lost saves because they don't use autosaves and they only have one save going. I've made that mistake. Don't make that mistake at home. Anyway, I'm kind of getting bored of just continuing here, but at this point I've committed to hitting continue to try and find out who we're going to play in the playoffs, so I kind of feel compelled to keep going. You know, I'm committed now. Who are we getting? We've got Boston. Oh dear. Oh dear, Boston. I feel like we beat them. Yeah, we did beat them. We beat them 3-1 earlier in the year, so we're going to play Boston. I don't know what that voice was there, but we're going to be playing them at home to begin with, which is nice. Then we've got the 2 away games. So let me know what you guys think of this format. I kind of like doing the live comms and then the highlights for the non-elimination games. If that's what you like, let me know. Smash the like button and leave a comment and all that jazz. As always, if you have enjoyed the video, let me know. Again, use the comments. It's there. Say hello. Just write hello if you've got to the end of this video. Just hi. You can say it in whatever language you want, whatever. You could write yo if you want to. And yeah, other than that, guys, that is going to wrap things up from me. Thank you for watching as always. I'll be back next time with the Boston playoff games. Hopefully I'll see you guys then. It is me, Jack, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.